Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. My name is Yatin, and I'll be the Sergeant at Arms for today's meeting. I welcome you all to the 460th meeting of Eloquent Toastmasters Club, Gurgaon. Every Toastmasters meeting has an MRP, standing for Mission, Rules, and Passion. The mission of our Toastmasters Club is to provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self confidence and personal growth. Coming to the rules of our meeting, firstly, I'd request everyone to please put your mobile phones on silent. I'll give 30 seconds to quickly do that. So coming to the second rule, as Toastmasters, we don't talk about politics, sex, or religion in a derogatory manner. And thirdly, please don't crosstalk. For online audience, I would request you to put yourself on mute when you're not speaking. Turn off your video if you're stepping out of the meeting, and this would basically help avoid any disturbance or distraction to our speakers. Finally, coming to the passion. Eloquent is the third consecutive President's Distinguished Club, and a huge salute to the blood and sweat of our members and EC who have worked tirelessly to make this happen. Now I'll hand over to Presiding Officer Sharath to take it forward.
Thank you very much, Agnes. Thanks for being on the class, Agnes. So today we have some special guests with us, and let me introduce to the benefit of all the members here. We have Toastmaster, distinguished Toastmaster Bharat Nangia with us. He's from Hong Kong Toastmaster Club, and he is here for a week. And we are all very privileged to have him in this session. And he started his Toastmaster journey in 2019, and he became a distinguished Toastmaster within 2 years, 9 months. And that's a big achievement, I can say. And I would like to him congratulate for this. And so can you please come and introduce yourself?
Thank you, President Bharat. Ayushi, my mentor. Yes, I am a DTM and she is my mentor. And she is one of the reasons for many of my speeches. Thank you, Ayushi. Thank you for introducing me to this club, to such lovely members. Ashish there in particular. The other day, you all took me to ATM. It was an experience of lifetime. And I'm sharing my story of visiting you all tomorrow at my club. The link is given to everyone. We are a hybrid club too. Love to tell you about my experiences meeting you all at the ATM on last week. Thank you.
Thank you. We have one more guest with us, and she is the daughter of Bharat Nangia Hugli, and she is also serving as an area director and many more club positions. And ma'am, can you please introduce yourself?
Yes, I'm Ankita. So I was in two Toastmasters Club. One was Community Club and one was the Corporate Club at HMPC. And I've been with Toastmasters since 2020, and I've been a president and a media director during that time. And I've had a lot of fun being part of this community. So excited. This is our first Indian Toastmasters meeting. So very
I can see Santosh as well. So, Santosh, can you please unmute yourself and give your introduction to the members? Santosh, am I audible? Maybe Santosh is not available with us right now.
No, I'm available.
Yeah. So can you please introduce yourself?
Hey, good morning, everyone. Myself Santosh, and I'm working in IT industry last 21 years, and I joined the Toastmaster Club program last September onwards uh, as a TCS, and I'm really feeling interesting to be each and every program because each and every program I'm learning leadership as well as the communication skills, which is improving myself. for my next role, which is I'm expecting in my organization. Over to Sharan.
Thank you so much, Santosh. Then today's theme is about the life lessons, madness, miracle, fear, and love. And this is taken by none other than the Toastmaster of the day that is just take a holiday recently and is a Potter fan as well. And he's also a writer. So let me introduce him, Toastmaster Bhavesh.
Thank you so much, Osman. Give me a second, guys. I've just entered the room. I need a
Sorry for
minute
that.
for a breather. Oh, it's all right. Thank you. Okay. वो यार मिसाले और से चले पाँव के तले फिर दौ से चले कभी डाल डाल कभी बात बात मैं हवा पे ढूंढूं उसके निशान, which loosely translates into saying that my companion moves like the dewdrops with paradise under the feet, sometimes on the branches, sometimes on the leaves. I search for a trail in the breeze. Very good morning, ladies and gentlemen, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. My name is Bhavesh Methwani, and I am going to be the Toastmaster of the day for this session. The lines or the verse which I just sang are the lines from one of my all-time favorite songs, Chhaiya Chhaiya. And why it is actually my all-time favorite song is because of the reason that whenever I dance on top of my lungs on this song, or whenever I listen to this song, it gives me the emotion of valor. It gives me the emotion of courage to conquer the world, to conquer the life. And the specific lines which I just sang, are the lines which it actually says that my companion is what I am searching for. Sometimes on the branches, sometimes on the leaves. It moves like the dewdrops. It's her tail which I search for. Here, the companion, the her, is not a young, beautiful woman, is not my damsel in distress, but it's rather actually life itself. Life is her I am searching for. Life, the feeling that I could actually conquer life is the feeling I get every single time I listen to this song or I dance on this song. Now, I've always found myself asking or pondering this question to myself that it's okay that I would like to conquer life. It's okay that I have this valor emotion right now, but have I learned something from life until now? Fortunately, I had. I had several lessons which I would like to share with all of you. But before we dive deep into the theme, as the Toastmaster of the day, it is my imperative duty to set the agenda for this meeting. Any typical Toastmaster meeting is divided into three sections, starting with the prepared speech section, where our prepared speakers would come along with their speeches. Today, fascinatingly, we would be having four amazing speakers. Just a second, we have someone who is joining. Let's sit here. So as I was mentioning that we have today the four speakers who are going to set the stage on fire are lovely Toastmaster Vishaka, wonderful Toastmaster Kramnika, dynamic Toastmaster Mrinal, and quirky Toastmaster Kashyap. And then eventually we will be diving deep into the table topic session where our beloved and the most entertaining table topic master Toastmaster Vishal would come along, would be providing us with the impromptu topics, and guests are more than welcome to volunteer in this section. And lastly, we will be having our evaluation section led by none other than our beloved GE for this meeting, Toastmaster Mayank, who would be coming along with his tag team to provide us with the area of focus, to provide us with the areas of improvement, how we did good, bad, ugly, and how we can improve in our further meetings. So without any further ado, I would like to call upon Toastmaster Mayank. Now, something about Toastmaster Mayank, he's a chartered accountant by profession. And he likes to go into the detailing of everything he does. No wonder you are taking the role of G in this meeting, Mayank. And he has completed a year in Toastmaster. Congratulations, Toastmaster Mayank, for that achievement. And I think he was missing from Toastmaster for a couple of months, but I think he's back now. So welcome
Yeah.
back, Toastmaster Mayank. The virtual dice is all yours. I'd love for you to introduce your role, yourself, and your tag team as well. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Bhavesh. I'm extremely glad to be back in Toastmasters after almost 2.5 months break that I took. Before I introduce my role of general evaluation and introduce my tag team as well, there is one question I want to ask each one of you, and I'm really happy to have thoughts. What is the difference between to judge and to evaluate according to you? I'll just quickly repeat it. What is the difference between to judge and to evaluate according to you in few lines?
So Mayank,
When you
please go ahead.
when you judge someone, the intention is just to share your views about that person. But when you evaluate someone, the intention is to help that person improve and grow.
Is it any other thought like someone else was speaking in the room?
Yes, judge is like a contest. You don't know what will happen.
Yes,
Oh, sorry.
yes.
No, go ahead.
Judge is like a contest. You're just giving behind the scenes some numbers which may or may not be as meaningful in the improvement journey.
Yes.
Evaluation is where you would really help the speaker go to the next level.
Correct. Thank you so much, both of you. Let me quickly summarize. To judge is a subjective assessment where the focus is to find the good or bad, right or wrong. But to evaluate is an objective assessment where the focus is to give the constructive feedback and improvement. We all have some fear of public speaking. And this emanates from the fact that we all have a fear of being judged. The best thing which I really like about the Toastmasters, this is the safest place where no one is judging you. Me and my team are going to evaluate the different aspects of the meeting, including the performance of the speakers, performance of TMOD, Table Topic Master, but we are going to give the constructive feedback. On this note, I will invite my tag team members who will introduce their roles as well. So as a first step, I will invite our timer Toastmaster Shivam.
General Evaluator. So greeting Toastmasters and your guests. My name is Shivam Pandey and I will be taking the role of the timer. So as a timer, my job is to help the respective speakers so that they can conclude the speeches within the respective time frame. In order to do that, I'll make use of these flashcards. So green signifies that you are qualified for the voting. Yellow signifies that you are midway towards the allotted time. And red, don't worry, this does not signify you have to stop. This means you have 30 seconds to conclude your speech. So I'll present my report at the end of the session when called upon by the General Evaluator. So General Evaluator, over to you. Thank you.
Very nice. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shivam. Now, the second aspect of evaluation, which is language. And for that, we have our grammarian, Toastmaster Pratish. If you can come onto the stage and please explain your role.
Big round of applause for Toastmaster Pratish.
Sorry, do we have him in the meeting?
Yes,
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
coming.
Okay, I can see him now.
The room is crowded actually, that's why.
Good problem to have.
Thank you, General Evaluator. So, good morning, fellow Toastmasters and guests. As a grammarian, it is my responsibility to pay close attention to all speakers, listen carefully to their language usage. I'll take note of any improper language as well as any outstanding words, quotes, saying, or thoughts. As grammarian, it is also my duty to introduce the word of the day. The word of the day is ephemeral, which means lasting for a short time. I repeat, the word of the day is ephemeral, which means lasting for a short time. An example of using this word is trends in fashion are often ephemeral, changing with each season. Yeah. And the ETM is on top of the world. An example of this is after winning the championship, I felt like I was on top of the world. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Pratish, for explaining your role. Just to add one thing,
On top of the world.
if anyone use the word of the day or phrase of the day as a token of appreciation, we show a thumbs up. Lastly, I would like to invite our counter, Toastmaster Simran. Over to you.
Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and guests. My name is Simran, and I will be the counter for today's meeting. One of the pillars of effective communication is clarity, and my job today is to help all of us become more aware of any filler words or sounds we may use unconsciously. I will be listening carefully throughout the meeting for unnecessary sounds like as well as filler words and phrases such as so, well. And at the end of the meeting, I will present my report, noting who used these filler words and how often. May your words flow smoothly and your speeches shine. Good luck to all the speakers. Thank you, and back to you, General Evaluator.
Wow. I like the last sentence. Thank you for that, Toastmaster Simran. So we'll be sharing our detailed evaluation during the evaluation section of today's session. With this, I hand over back to our amazing Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Bhavesh.
A bigger round of applause for Toastmaster Mike, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for introducing your role and your tag team. Fine, coming back to the theme, can I have everyone's attention back? Medal, coming back to the meeting. Okay. Yatin is noting his note. Okay, amazing. Yeah, please go ahead, please go ahead.
I think there is a guest probably waiting there.
Acha, okay.
I'll be back in a while. okay?
I'll be back.
Yeah,
What's the name?
Rishit. I think he's probably coming here.
That is very good.
Can you send the word of the
I'm
day?
just trying to again we will in the chat.
Because it's
Yes, maybe keep the gate open.
Yeah.
Yeah. Keep the gate open. Ventilation can come. It is getting a little suffocating.
I've just kept it open for the ventilation so that it doesn't suffocate.
I'll make the AC turn off.
Yeah.
You missed the mention I did for you.
No, I was hearing it on the phone.
Shall we proceed?
Yeah.
Okay. Coming back to the theme of the day, ladies and gentlemen, and I know that you all must be wondering that Bhavesh on a Saturday morning, why would you like to bore us with life lessons? Are you a priest and who would be delivering some sermons? Believe you me, that is not my intention. And there is nothing, absolutely nothing which I can tell you which you already don't know. When you tell people that they are smart, they like it. So I'm assuming that you are liking this compliment. But the idea of this theme is that let us all together introspect today. As I mentioned at the start, that I am not talking about my damsel in distress. I will be talking about the power of introspection. Let's introspect together about these 4 aspects of life lessons in which I will be dividing my entire theme. And let's start with first lesson. Let's start with the lesson of madness. Quick question to all of you. Can any one of you narrate an incident from your life where you went completely crazy, complete mad to achieve a goal and you actually achieved it? Yes, please, sir.
I do it every day. Yesterday I achieved, yesterday was an off day for me. I ended up 12 meetings on the go, starting from Saket, going to Connaught Place, going to as going as Patparganj, reaching back home by 11 o'clock. And here I am 10 o'clock morning. So I'm a people's character, that is my goal. And every day I'm mad for that. And I love to meet people.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your thoughts. Anyone else would like to go? The idea is that you could have gone mad and crazy about achieving a job, or like maybe cracking a job interview, maybe cracking an entrance examination, or it could have been for a potential partner as well. Any such situation? Anyone would like to share?
Okay.
Yeah. Pradesh.
So I'm a lawyer, so I was working on a mergers and acquisitions case. In between, I was scolded by my senior multiple times. So I decided lock, stock and barrel, I'll complete the work like hell and finish it before anyone else does. So I was on a flight and I think 6 days before the deadline, I finished all my work like crazy.
Yeah.
And gave my all. I think I worked 18 hours, whole night, and submitted it. It came out of madness because I was scolded heavily.
A big round of applause for these two gentlemen for sharing their journeys. I think Sir was relentless in his approach. He toiled hard, and I think that is the ideology which I would like to talk about: madness. Would you all agree that madness of a particularly nice or a romantic kind is an absolute prerequisite to a happy and a successful life? Don't ever treat your little insanities as if they are aberrations that ought to be hidden from the rest of the world, right? Acknowledge them and use them to define your own way of living, the only life you have. I promise you, nothing will go wrong. Madness of a particular... I'm so sorry. The box of love. Yeah, box of love.
Today, the capacity of this room stands to get expanded.
That's actually a first world problem to have. So as I was saying that all the most beautiful people, the most creative, the one who led revolution, the ones who invented and discovered things did so because they embraced their own idiosyncrasies. There is no such thing as normal. Normal is just another word for lifeless. Would you all agree? You weren't normal in your approach. He wasn't normal in his approach. And I think if you are normal in life, it means that you are lifeless. If you have to be full of life, you have to be maybe adapt to a new structure of new normal or anti-normal, perhaps. Let's jump into the second aspect quickly, and I will like to talk about miracles. Question time again. Any one of you would like to describe an incident where a miracle happened? You were on the verge of giving up. You had maybe lost all your money. You were cheated and you were despairing a lot. But a miracle happened, something snapped, and you came out of it alive, and then you are here today. Any such incident, it is in your view? I'm sure. And I would like to have active participation from our virtual audience as well. Toastmaster Mayank is smiling, Toastmaster Simran. And can we have the cameras turned on as well? Santosh, Rhythm, Ayushi, Bharat.
Bharat is me.
Sorry. I think Ayushi is sitting there. So we have just Santosh, okay, who has actually turned on his camera. Yes, anyone from you? Simran, Santosh, Mayank. Any life incident where you learned the lesson that miracles do exist? I love the silences. I can just stand here all day. Come on. No one is willing to share? Please, Vishaka, please go ahead. Thank you so much. I'm actually dying here.
It's a health related miracle.
Sure.
So my mother last year got dengue and it became a very critical case. And the hospital actually messed up some test of hers and the blood samples, they messed up a bunch of stuff. And I would say her recovering and getting out of it was a miracle for me.
Thank you so much for sharing. Wishing all the good health and fortune to your lovely mother. Yes, Mrinal.
I have something to share, but this is more related to something which I don't do now because this is more related to share market. So there was a time that on 20th of September 2018, I invested heavily. I used to do futures and options. I'm not sure whether you know about futures and options, but I did play on futures. And in 30 minutes, I lost 15 lakhs.
Damn.
But you know, there was one position which was open. One position which was open because, and it happened by chance because I was not able to close that position. And actually, I forgot because of that 15 lakh loss I made. I was under that pressure that, you know, I lost it completely. I did not close that position. Fortunately, what happened the next day? Market was 1,000 points up and I made 78 lakhs in 1.5 hours. And that's it. That was the last day I traded. I did not trade anymore.
More power to Toastmaster Mayank. So I think Vishaka and Mrinal, you both would agree with me that if you ever find yourself cheated of all your money or sleeping on a grave, do not fear, a miracle is near. Right? Trust me when I say this, all you need to do is actually fall asleep. In other words, develop the faith in life to take its own course and it will not let you down. Right? If you are sleeping on a grave and if you are actually finding yourself cheated of all your money, as I mentioned, do not fear, a miracle is near, either that or a ghost maybe, but a miracle is near. Do we all now believe in power of miracles, ladies and gentlemen? Are we all, no? You have your innovations?
Yeah, I don't believe in miracles.
Please go ahead with your thought.
I personally believe that your action, helps you achieve what you want to achieve. I would say I feel that everything is composed of two things. First of all, your action, then your luck. Luck probably is 5 to 10%, but you have the power to make your own luck. So, I mean, personal opinion, I don't believe in miracles.
I have a counter. But when it's a situation when it's not about your actions, but somebody else's actions, let's say. And luck, of course, I agree, is an element. But I think in those kind of situations, at least I also, since I experienced that recently, I believe that that's when miracles come true.
There are some things
Yes,
which we are never able to control.
No, I want to just supplement what Vishal is saying, supplement and also add counterpoint. I believed in what you mentioned. You know, I'm a person who always kind of throughout my life believed that it's the effort, it's what you do. But something happened recently which actually made me change this thinking. What happened? My real brother's daughter was diagnosed with a myelination disease in the brain. and she was not able to move her hands. So, her eyes went all over the place. So he's about 12, 13 years old. And we went from pillar to post and nothing was happening. And all doctors were giving us is that, yeah, it might be cancer, it might be some tumor or blah, blah, blah. But without any medical, without much of a medical intervention and without much of a medical promise, miracle happened and he's perfectly fine in last 1 year. Perfectly fine.
Can we have a big round of applause?
When they happen to you, then you start believing in something like miracles. Otherwise, like you have a totally different
Yes.
view on that.
Completely.
I want to share something about miracle.
Yeah.
Please, Santosh, go ahead.
Hello.
Yes, Santosh, please go ahead. Am I audible?
Yeah, actually, I'm also saying, believing that every action has a reaction, but sometimes miracle is happened by luck. So I just want to share one of the incident happened to be in my college time. I was just taking the coaching of one of the reputed coaching in Dholakua Mass Honors, and that time teacher has dismissed the class and told that there will be full test, and who will be passed, then they will be continue, otherwise they will not be the part of the coaching. And I clearly told the Alpha Plus coaching that I will be failed because I have no preparation. But he told me, you have to attempt, let me see later. And one paper is prepared by me fully, and remaining 4 paper is not prepared by me fully. And luckily, only one paper is checked by teacher, and that paper out of 25, I scored 23, and remaining paper is not checked by teacher, and impression is something else. So that was miracle for me. So miracle can be happen any other situation. If they check other papers, might be 0 marks will be in my other papers. So that was miracle for me.
A big round of applause for Santosh as well. Thank you so much for sharing your stories. I think just more good fortune and more health to your niece, Ashish. And I think thank you so much for sharing that story. Can we all just conclude this by saying that we can use all our effort to abide by the beauty of life, all our effort and might, and it will not let us down? We can use our mental faculties, the ability of our heart to love and feel for those around us, and it will not let us down. And I think that is basically the idea which I had in my mind when I want to talk about miracles as life lessons, that please honor your life. Honor your life every moment by not laying it to the waste. And cherish every gift, thousands of gift life has given to you. Your ability of your heart to love, your mental faculties, the people around you. Please honor them and cherish them by not laying it to the waste. Quickly moving on, I have this red signal from Toastmaster Sharad. You have to progress. So we'll quickly jump into our first section of this meeting, which is the prepared speech section. Our first speaker is Toastmaster Vishaka. A bit about her. I think she joined our Eloquent Toastmaster Club's family in the month of November last year. Since then, I think she has been progressing really, really wonderfully. I think she broke her feet recently, but it's a good thing that she's actually on a recovery path now, and we hope and pray that she actually soon enough recover fully and can start playing tennis and do yoga, which she loves. Before I call Toastmaster Vishaka on the physical dais, would like to call her speech evaluated Toastmaster Bharat. Okay, we have a last minute change. Who would be this speech evaluator of Toastmaster Vishaka? So the physical dais is all yours. A big round of applause for
Happy to be here to plant the seed of her journey. Dynamic leadership is her pathways, and she is looking to improve her vocal variety and body language. Stage is yours, come again, and we are here to support you.
Thank you so much. With a big round of applause, please welcome Toastmaster Vishaka on the physical dais. Toastmaster Vishaka planting seeds. Toastmaster Vishaka.
Imagine this. You're standing in front of a classroom of 60 fourth grade students. And you're trying to teach. One student decides to get up in the middle of class and starts running through the aisles of the classroom. And to make it worse, he's running with his arms wide open, knocking down the pencils of all the students who are trying to write. That was Afzal, my most challenging student. And he loved disrupting all of my classes in this manner. At the age of 22, fresh out of college, I had joined the Teach for India Fellowship with a passion to bridge the education inequity gap in our country. My students came from underprivileged backgrounds, and I believed that I could change their lives with passion and determination. But Afzal, he seemed determined to break my spirit. I tried everything with him. I yelled, I ignored, I reasoned, nothing worked. He got more violent, he got into worse fights, and one day, in the middle of a classroom brawl, while I was trying to stop him, he picked up a chair, and you wouldn't believe it, he threw it straight at my face. That's the day I realized that this wasn't just defiance. There was something deeper going on. So I decided to change my approach just a little. I started having daily conversations with him outside of class. Not about discipline or studies, but about life. I started asking him questions about his day, his friends, his likes, his dislikes. He never responded. Not a word. No nod, no glance, nothing. It's as if I didn't exist for him. He treated me like thin air. It was unnerving and frustrating. He wasn't learning anything. He wasn't letting other kids learn anything. And I felt like I'm failing everyone. On many days, I lost hope and I had a lot of doubt in myself. I wondered why I'm even trying. But something in me refused to give up on him. So I continued the one-sided conversations with Afzal. I started talking to him about my own life instead, without expecting any response. And then one day, everything changed. My mother had come to visit me in Bombay, and I had a big fight with her that morning over something silly. When I reached school, I was feeling a little unsettled, but I tried to push that feeling aside because I had to focus and teach my students. In my conversation with Afzal, I casually happened to mention the argument to him. He, as usual, gave no reaction. But a few days later, when the class had gone out to the library period, to the makeshift library in school, I noticed Afzal hovering near my desk. So I looked at him and I said firmly, Afzal, you cannot skip library period. Please go join the others. He hesitated a little, then quietly came and sat next to me and said, Miss, आपकी मम्मी के साथ अब सब ठीक है क्या? Which translates to, Miss, is everything okay with your mother now? For the first time, Afzal had spoken to me. I realized then that he had not been acknowledging me all along, but perhaps he had been listening to me all this time. I had been planting seeds, and finally, after weeks of silence, one had finally sprouted. I was on top of the world. And over time, slowly, Afzal began to open up. I realized in conversations with him that he had lost his little sister to ill health the previous year. And his parents, very busy trying to make ends meet and struggling, had very little time for him. his disruptions weren't about defiance. They were about pain, loneliness, grief, and a desperate cry for attention. I visited his home, I met his parents, and I started spending more time with him outside of class. I even enrolled him in activities that he was interested in, like cricket. And slowly, with time, Afzal began to change. Not overnight, not all at once, but little by little, the walls that he had created in front of himself started to crack. This experience taught me that empathy isn't about quick fixes or grand gestures. It's about patience, persistence, and showing up, even when it feels pointless. It's about looking beyond the surface and understanding that sometimes difficult people aren't difficult by choice. Sometimes behind pain and behind defiance and anger, there is pain, loneliness, or grief. I urge you all to think about the Afzals in your life, a difficult colleague, a distant friend, or a rebellious child. Maybe they are waiting for somebody. It's very easy to just give up and walk away in frustration, believing that they would never change. But maybe, just maybe, they are waiting for somebody who wouldn't give up on them. They're waiting for somebody who will keep showing up and who will keep planting seeds, because one day, when you least expect it, those seeds will grow and something beautiful will bloom. Thank you.
Again, a big round of applause for Toastmaster Vishaka for this ephemeral speech, actually, because it is going to last long with me at least. And I think there were a couple of life lessons, I think, which she also shared unintentionally about, I think, love, miracles, madness as well, because she was persistent. So thank you so much for your speech, Toastmaster Vishaka. Kudos to you, more power to you. Moving ahead with our next speaker, who is going to be Toastmaster Kramnika. Now, a bit about Toastmaster Kramnika. I think she's going to speak about a book which she has recently read. It is about Attitude is Everything. And this book actually spoke about that success is not defined by your skills. It is not defined by your talent or your intelligence or your mental faculties. But success is defined by your mindset and how we think, how we perceive life, how we actually take lessons from life. So I think before calling Toastmaster Kramnika, would like to call on the physical dais her speech evaluator, who is Toastmaster Ashish Agarwal. Welcome, the physical dais is all yours. A big round of applause for Toastmaster Ashish.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the day. Today, my target speaker, Kramnika, is attempting speech 3 from her level 1 from the Pathway Presentation Mastery. The purpose of her project is on introduction to vocal variety and body language. And the speaker will be trying to practice using vocal variety or body language to enhance the speech. So aside of the normal things, I'll be specifically looking at these two elements. Wish you all the very best, Kramnika. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ashish. A big round of applause for him. And now a bigger round of applause for Toastmaster Kramnika. Toastmaster Kramnika, attitude is everything. Attitude is everything, Toastmaster Kramnika.
Thank you, Toastmaster. So what if, think about it, what if changing just one thing could completely transform your life? So good morning, fellow Toastmasters and guests. When I first read Attitude is Everything by Jeff Keller, one line stood out to me: success begins in the mind. It made me realize that success is not just about talent, intelligence, it's about how we think, speak, and act. So I learned 3 lessons from this book. And the first is attitude shapes your reality. Author of the book, Jeff Keller, says that your thoughts create your future. If you think negative, you will attract negative circumstances in your life. But if you cultivate a positive mindset, it opens the door of the success. I had so many limited beliefs in my life. I am not so confident. I do not have any intelligence. I do not have any talent. I'm not worthy. But when I read this book, it opened my mind that 80% of the success comes from the mindset and only 20% success comes from the skills. If we made the things easy in our mind and possible, we bring them into reality. Second lesson which I learned from this book, the power of word and self-talk. When anything comes to me new, I often used to say, I cannot do this because I do not have so and so skills. I do not have that much confidence to do this. But I learned to say, I learned to replace it with, I will find a way. Started affirm a lot. For the particular thing, like I am confident, I am worthy, I can do so and so things. In starting, I felt very strange about it, like what I'm doing, why I'm affirming so much for the particular thing. But later on, I noticed some improvement in my confidence, and I also started believing on my abilities rather than doubting them. And the third lesson which I learned about that action is the bridge between dreams and reality. So positive thinking alone cannot help to reach your goal. We must take action. Positive thinking can help you see the opportunities, but only through actions we can bring them into reality. So I did a lot of hard work, took action, and learned new things. So the first thing which I improved myself, if I talk about my second highest fear after public speaking, that was driving a car or riding scooter. I never thought I will learn in my life because I was so feel so much terrified when I used to think about it to learn. But later on, I just made some affirmation according to this, made possible first in my mind, and took action and learned both of them. And I found myself on the top of the world. Second thing which I improved in my mindset, cooking was something I hated the most. But I made it quick in my mindset, like this is a very basic thing. I feel so much bother about it. And now it's been more than 1.5 years. I started enjoying it. And I find very relax myself when I do it. Third thing which I improved in my life, I often used to think like people who work in big companies, MNCs, they come from a very certain background. They are very super intelligent since their childhood. I am just an average person, cannot reach at that particular level. But I did hard work, I took actions, and today I'm working as a data analyst in one of the MNC Wipro. Last but not least, which I improved, I never took participate in my school, college, nor in office events, thinking I'm not just good enough. But finally, I joined this Toastmaster to improve my communication skill, and today I'm speaking in front of all of you. So at the end, attitude is everything, teaching us that success is in your hand. If you just change your mindset, just by changing in your attitude, you can change your life. So I will leave you with this question. What is shift in your mind can help you to reach your goal? As Jeff Keller says that you are the master of your own destiny. Thanks a lot.
Can we proceed? Harish, once the speech starts, do not open the room unless the speech is completed.
Yeah.
Okay, noted. no crosstalk when the speaker is also on the stage.
Thank you so much for that feedback. A big round of applause first of all for Toastmasters. Aren't we all feeling top of the world after listening to her speech? And I think the question which she asked is imperative. We all need to think about it, that what is that one mindset shift which we can adapt to achieve success in our lives. With that thought, let's quickly jump into our next speaker. Our next speaker is our dynamic speaker, Toastmaster Mrinal. A bit about him, I think he's a product manager at an organization, Nagaro, and he has recently joined our family and he has grown a lot already. We are looking forward for his speech, but I think before I invite him on the physical dais, would like to invite his speech evaluator, who is Toastmaster Yatin on the physical dais. Please come along. A big round of applause for him.
Morning, everyone. I will be evaluating Toastmaster Mrinal today. His pathway is motivational strategy, where he will be delivering the second project in level 1. The title of his speech is The Unanswered High, with the objective rather being writing a speech with purpose. So in my evaluation, my focus will be on how well defined and how well crafted the content is and how clearly the purpose comes out. Over to you, Toastmaster Mrinal. Best of luck.
A big round of applause for Toastmaster Mrinal. Toastmaster Mrinal, the unanswered high, Toastmaster Mrinal, the physical dice is all yours.
Please salute. Good afternoon, Toastmasters and dear guests. Have you ever had that one friend of yours who could turn even the gravest of the moments into a comedic experience? That one friend who would whisper a joke at the wedding just to make sure that you go on the wrong track, just that you did break a character. Someone who would send a message at the dead of the night just to ask you whether penguins have knees. And somebody who can send a meme that absurdly hilarious that you snort out your coffee in the middle of a board meeting. That was my best friend, Ravi. He was my best friend. Ravi was a character who was infuriating, but yet oddly charming, because he had this bad habit of sending messages, some really nonsensical messages. He would not wait for it. It might be a cryptic, guess what? It might be a dad joke, or it might be a simple hi. A hi without any context, a hi without any elaboration. I used to roll my eyes on such hi messages because a hi without a context is just an unsolved mystery, begging for more information. But as all of us would do, I thought I would reply later. After all, it was just a hi, no urgency, no emergency. Just a hi, just a greeting. So I thought I'll reply later. Or so I thought. Because many a times, that hi is not only a hi, and I'll tell you this later. Days passed, I was very busy in my meetings. My schedule was an intricate maze of meetings, responsibilities, and whatnot. I wanted to make sure that I did reply to this, but amidst all this whirlwind, I forgot. Suddenly, and fleeting thought crossed my mind. I thought, let me reply to Ravi. I pulled out my phone, typed the message, a crafty one, a witty one, and pressed the send button, expecting a usual quick retort. But I did not get a reply. I messaged back, no reply. I thought, let's wait, nothing. I called, nothing. I called again. But this time somebody picked the call, and it was not Ravi. And with a voice laden with extreme sorrow, that voice uttered the worst words, and that made me shattered. He said, Ravi is no more. Time froze. A suffocating weight pressed against my chest. I was totally taken aback. How? Why? This isn't real. This cannot be real because I just did not reply to that hi. And then I got to understand that that unanswered hi has become a scourge which will stay with you forever, which will never heal. Ravi was somebody who was the nucleus of each and every gathering. He was the nucleus of gathering, those laughter, those fun, those mischiefs, everything. Just when I thought that laughter is real, I got to understand that I was not able to look beneath that laughter, look beneath those jokes, that easygoing facade of Ravi, which lurked, that silent battle which I was not able to see. I was too preoccupied with my general stuff, with my struggles, with my greetings, that I was not able to look at his. I assumed that he was fine. I assumed that he had a support system. I assumed that I had time. I'll tell you, people, life is a deception. It's a fierce deception where we think that we assume that we have time at our disposal. We assume that there isn't another tomorrow. But suddenly there isn't. There isn't a tomorrow, and what we are left with is just regret. That's suffocating. I wish I had that agonizing, I should have, and that unbearable, if only. Sometimes a hi is not only a message, sometimes it's a way of saying that I need you, I need your support, I need to be feel seen. Mental health, tell you people, mental health is not that will announce itself with tears or sadness. Sometimes it's a mask of jokes, sometimes it's a mask of laughter. And sometimes it's a plain message, hoping and praying, I need you. Notice you, we all exist in this world where IQ, accolades, and everything is just glorified. Personal triumphs are glorified. But have we ever assessed ourselves on the basis of emotional intelligence? How emotional intelligent are you? Emotional intelligence is not only about self-awareness, it's about looking beyond those words, listening beyond those words, looking beyond that smile. And then you get to understand that if you are an emotionally intelligent person, you will make sure that there is a reassurance that somebody is not invisible. To conclude, life is mercilessly fleeting. And unfortunately, we do not have a regret button. And unfortunately, we do not have a rewind button. And all are we left with is just regret. And regret is that anchor that will pull you down. It will pull you down without, even after the time has passed. So today I implore you that make sure when you return home, you scroll through those messages of yours, find that unanswered hi, find that unanswered call, and the friend that you wanted to check on in, but you were not able to do so, and do respond. Because sometimes a simple gesture makes the most profoundest of the impact, and that message of acknowledgement is the difference between despair and hope. Be the reason that somebody chooses to stay for one more day. Be the reason somebody feels heard. Be the reason that unanswered hi gets answered. Thank you. Yeah. Sorry. You need to come on.
A moment of silence, perhaps. And I hope your friends he's actually in a better place. Toastmaster Bernard, I hope.
Oh, yeah, right.
Any life lesson which we learned from his speech? From these four? Perhaps love?
No.
We need to showcase love. I'll come back to it in a bit. Let's quickly move on to our fourth and last speaker, Toastmaster Kashyap. A bit about Toastmaster Kashyap. As I mentioned at the very beginning, that he's a very quirky and a witty guy. He is from Bangalore, Karnataka. He's a South Indian who is exploring the northern realms of our country. He has recently taken a holy dip himself as well at Mahakumbh, like me. And I think he is going to deliver his icebreaker speech. So I'll urge everyone that after he completes his speech, we actually give him a standing ovation and a thunderous round of applause as well. Before I call Toastmaster Kashyap on the physical dais, would like to call his speech evaluator Toastmaster Arjun on the physical dais, who will be evaluating his speech. A big round of applause for Toastmaster Arjun.
Good morning, everyone. I will be evaluating Kashyap's speech, his pathway, his motivational strategy, and his topic is love, chaos, and a new beginning. So what I anticipating from his speech is probably he fell in love with a friend or maybe family or the situation. And then finally, the situation became chaotic, and then he found someone in which he could start a new beginning. So let's see, let's hope what is.
Speaker you change speaker.
Hello, Gunwala.
Go to the view. No, I think side. Okay. Speak right. Click on speaker. Okay.
But I think it's not working. Right? Yes. Everything is not coming up there. No, even before.
We are speaking, but it's not coming.
Spotlight.
Yeah, we
just.
Eloquent also, you can.
Spotlight for everyone. Yeah, let's just do that.
I'm good at it. Thank you. Okay. Toastmaster Kashyap, love, chaos, and new beginnings. Love, chaos, and new beginnings, Toastmaster Kashyap.
Life is like a startup. Invest in dreams, face unexpected crashes, and products that never work. But every failure is just an update for preparing success. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I am Kashyap Shetty, a name that sounds that I'm plotting to take the Iron Throne. But in reality, I'm from Mangalore, a land of beaches, the smell of fish curry, and where we don't speak Tamil, and also where relatives ask questions. How many of you have those relatives who ask you, when are you getting married? How much do you earn now?
I have.
Yeah, I know. Life updates, life experiences, whether you want them or not. Life changed. I was in my 10th grade, moved to Bangalore. Bangalore, a city of opportunities, fun, and of course, traffic that never moves. And that's when I had my teenage experience and faced my greatest tragedy, my first crush. She was beautiful, smart, and she was my close friend. But in college, everyone had a crush on her. But she was my close friend. And later, I just found out that we had deep conversations, we shared some jokes and everything. But later, I realized that she was in love with someone whom I knew, my close friend, a senior in college. And they were in a relationship. My heart was broken. But I respected it. And that is where I learned my life's biggest lesson in a hard way. That sometimes you're not meant to be, and just move on. And I also realized that love is complicated, but food never disappoints. Now, let's fast forward to my late 20s. One night, I was riding my bike, deep in thoughts, and suddenly, bam! I knew that I was lying on the road, staring at the sky and questioning my life choices. Did I survive? I mean, good news, I survived. Bad news, I never just lost balance, but my mental went in for a toss. This accident just didn't hurt me physically, but it hurted me mentally in such a way that I started overthinking, self-doubting myself, and fear of life. And so I decided that it's better I go back home to my hometown with my family and live in peace. Bad mistake. Biggest mistake of my life. So when I was in Mangalore, I went back to Mangalore. I was the family driver, family handyman, and a lot of temple visits, a lot of. So go get groceries, visit that temple, lose weight, or you'll never get married. Best of all, my mother was always behind my case. Lose weight, quit smoking, quit drinking, and be health conscious. She was right, actually, given the case that my family had a lot of health issues. So I told my mom, I'm fine, but let's take one battle at a time. And me being me, I just loved my biryanis because I was telling that next Monday, I will do this. But you all know that there is no next Mondays. So, but among all this chaos, there was something that unexpectedly happened. I fell in love. And this time I didn't hold back. I expressed my love. And we were in a relationship. From a long time, a very long time, I experienced a connection, happiness, and something special. But love isn't just about emotions. It's about decisions, commitments, and priorities. And I was in between the crossroads of personal life and mental well-being. So I decided it is better I move out. So after spending 3 years in Mangalore, I had enough. Picked up a random job offer in Gurgaon and just moved. I didn't care about the money. I didn't care about my career growth. But it was all about me. And then I come to Gurgaon. Now, coming to Gurgaon was not just a fresh start, a new beginning, but it was also about meeting new people, learning, and new adventures. And that's why joining Toastmasters was a plan from a long years. After my struggles and accidents, it was not about improving my speaking. It was about regaining my confidence. And what better place where you find a group of people who actually listen when I speak. And that's how I learned that life is filled with love, chaos, and new beginnings. And that is what makes life so interesting. And after all that, I hope everyone, I've answered all my questions. And finally, I broke the ice. Now I hope I don't slip on it. Thank you.
Yes, you did actually.
Fortunately, we have a recording.
Wonderful speech by Toastmaster Mayank. Indeed, he broke the ice. We hope. Sorry. Toastmaster Kashyap, and we hope and pray that he does not slip on the ice. Let's proceed forward. Let's come back to the theme. I hope I was not boring enough. I was not, perhaps it was not becoming monotonous. Let us actually get the game going. Let's talk about fear. Fear. Question: we all are fearful, because of which we are in this room, right? But I feel that being brave, it does not mean that you are fearless. It means that you are shit scared all the way to the party. But anyways, you do it then. Eventually, you end up doing it. So, question to all: any incident in your life where you were shit scared but still got the job done? Anyways, this is a very basic question. And please refrain from using any examples of Toastmaster. They're very common. Please. Anyone from virtual or Vishalka? Yeah, please go ahead first. We'll come back.
So I really related to Kramika's speech because everything that she was listing are fears even I have, driving being a big one. I learned it when I was 18 and I finally started driving at 31. It took me 13 years to get over the fear and just get over it and just get on the road. So that was, yeah.
Congratulations for finally learning how to drive. Thank you so much for sharing. Yes.
This was during my like the initial days as an intern at the firm. So I was like onboarded into a project with around like lakhs of users, and if I did any like for me it was like if I did any mistake, the lakhs of users will get affected. So I was allotted this some kind of task to do, and I had like it needed more than the time I was allotted. So on the last day, I was still wondering what to do. And it was almost like 6 or 7 p.m. And during like all the time I had, I was more on to exploring the product because I somehow back in my mind thought that the same thing that the client is demanding is already there in the product.
Yeah.
Okay. So I was like searching, and around 6, 7, I have actually found that same component and reused it and like completed the task. Which, if you ask me, I started from the scratch would have taken more than the time allotted to me. So that was something.
More power to you, Shivam. I stepped on the ice actually. It was broken by you. Have a seat.
No, I'll just stand for some time.
Okay. Would you both and you all agree with me that we should not let our fears become boxes that encloses us? Instead, we should acknowledge them, break the barriers, and turn them into the greatest courage we are capable of. I would like to think about fear, whatever fear we have. I think that's the courage we will eventually end up having in future, right? But if you live by your fears, everything that can possibly go wrong will go wrong. But if you break the barriers, I promise you nothing will go wrong. That brings me to my last and final life lesson about love. Now, not a question. We have heard enough stories about love today. Some hearts were broken and some, I hope they actually get recovered. But let's do a very short, fun activity. And after having done that activity, the room is going to be filled with either of these two emotions. It could be confidence or it could be awkwardness or maybe both. But we are anyways going to do this activity. And we have to one by one. Okay? And what we're going to do is that we are going to say I love you to each other. It is about showcasing love and kindness. It is about actually answering the unanswered hi. It was actually about going and proposing that girl you fell in love with. It is actually about breaking the ice with people. So let's start. Let's start. I'll start. I love you, Toastmaster Kashyap.
I love you too.
We can go in pairs.
I love you, Arjun.
Please proceed.
Bhavesh, can you remove the spotlight? Otherwise, I just can say I love you to you.
I love you, Toastmaster Shiva.
I love you, Sharad.
I love you.
Love you.
You guys are Toastmaster Bhav.
I love you, Ashish.
I love you.
I love you, Vishaka. I love you, Bhavesh. I love you, Vishal. I love you the most.
No one is saying I love you to the virtual audience.
I love you, Mayank.
Please have some engagement from the virtual audience as well.
I love everyone in the room as well as in the virtual room.
Hello, everyone.
I love you, Toastmaster Mayank. I love you, Toastmaster Simran. I love you, Toastmaster Santosh. I love you each. I love each and every individual who's sitting in this room. And I think it's actually a wonderful feeling. You can see the energy already shifting. The room is now filled with the energy of confidence. It's about when you are showcasing your love to someone, rather than that opposite person feeling good about it, you will feel better about yourself. Confessing that you love with kindness is the most simplest and the oldest emotion known to mankind. There is one famous Kabir Das Doha, which I love, and it says that Pothi pade pade jag bhaya, Pandit bhaya na koi, Pothi pade pade jag bhaya, bhaya na Pandit hoye, dhai aakhar prem ke, pade so Pandit hoye, which loosely translates into saying that whatever books of wisdom and knowledge you might read and then go in the world to impart your knowledge, but mankind would never be wiser about its future unless it is coupled with a sense of love and compassion for its fellow beings. So happy that we did this exercise. Please feel confident in showcasing your love and kindness to people whomsoever you meet, because eventually mankind would never be wiser if it's coupled with a sense of love and compassion for its fellow beings. That's the message I would like to leave you all with. Quickly, let's jump into the most exciting and the most fun section of any Toastmaster meeting. It is the table topics section. I would encourage guests who are actually present in the room, or if there are some guests on virtual audience, to please volunteer for themselves. And with a thunderous round of applause, please welcome Toastmaster Vishal on the critical dais. Now, sorry, yeah, I will. But a bit about him. In our club, he is my most loved table topic master. The topics he'll give you are going to challenge you interestingly and humorously, if I may say so. He is the apt table topic master because he would like to share his opinions and thoughts on the topics which he will be giving to you. So I think we all are in here for a ride. Encourage huge participation from the virtual audience. The physical dais is all yours.
Thank you so much.
Now Vishal is also nervous now.
I'll keep the creativity quotient very high for today as well. I don't have any expectation. Yeah. Hello everyone. So now moving from the prepared speeches to the table topic section. Table topic section is my favorite section because it helps us to improve on two key aspects. First is active listening, because admit it that most of the time when we speak to someone, we speak to respond, rather than understanding what they are saying. And the second is impromptu skills. It does not happen in your life that you will always be prepared to, come on the stage and speak. So I think table topic section presents a good opportunity for you to develop the impromptu skills. So this is what we are going to do today. Typically in table topic section, we invite one person on the stage, and as a table topic master, I have to give a topic to that person, and that person has to speak for 1 to 2 minutes on that. But as Bhavesh has mentioned in my introduction, I'll keep it more creative today. So let's ditch the traditional format for table topics. Today, I'm going to invite two people on the stage at a time. And those two people will be given a funny or hilarious scenario. It's up to their creativity, their imagination, how they want to do it. There is no boundary to it. But yeah, trust me, you are in for a ride. The topics that I have are very fun. No one is here to judge you, so don't limit yourself by I can only talk about this, I can only talk about that. Let your imagination run wild and be as creative as possible. And as Bhavesh also mentioned, in table topics, we encourage our guests to come. And I see a lot of people are, either know the other person, they are friend, or they are here in a group. So why don't you come to the stage and start the session? So I need two volunteers to start this section, and any experienced Toastmaster who wants to come on the stage and show how it's done. Come on, Ayushi. Give it up for Ayushi. But you need one more partner. So that's
you have.
okay. Yeah. Okay. Welcome to the stage. Welcome to the stage. So your topic is that one of you is a tourist who is in a country or in a place where they don't understand the local language, and the other person is the guide who will help the other person understand the local things with either exaggerated gesture, rolling of eyes, or anything else. Okay, so you both can decide who wants to be the tourist, who will play the dumb character, I would say, and the other person who will help that person understand those things. You have 30 seconds to think, and then you can start. Okay.
How much time for the?
2 minutes.
Right? And maybe
Timer.
Hi, I want to see the most beautiful places on this place. Can you help me? Do you understand English? Okay, what language do you speak?
what?
You can hear, but you don't understand what I'm saying. Okay. What language do you speak? Hindi, English?
Hi.
Okay, I'm really hungry. Yes. What food would you suggest?
Translate.
The best food here.
Oh,
Where should we go? Where should we go?
there? There you can have.
Come
Yeah, I can take you there.
Thank you so much, Bhavna, and thank you so much, Ayushi. That was very fun.
This is what I did in Thailand. Ask everyone to have.
That's great. And Ayushi, the way you use different gestures to convey, that's probably like all of us when we go to a country, where we don't understand the language. I also use the same thing, money like this, food, drink water, etc. So I think great job done, both of you. Now, I would need my second pair of volunteers. Who wants to go next? Anyone from the guest? You want to come?
I've been speaking, I've taken a lot of stage time. But
You guys came together, right? Want to come on the stage? Come. Rishit, right? Rishit. So Rishit and
Adish.
sorry?
Adish.
Atish. Okay. Atish, welcome to the club. So we both are our guests for today. So the topic for you is that even though you came today and both of you know each other, But just imagine that you are two strangers who are stuck in an elevator and the elevator is down for 2 minutes. So what will you talk about for 2 minutes just to pass the time in the elevator? Okay. It can be anything. Like since you came together, I think it would be much more relatable topic to both of you. You can think for 30 seconds maybe, and then you can start. And you can come at the center.
Do you mind coming to the center? Yeah.
So both of you need to have a conversation in an elevator.
Okay.
Sure. Yeah, you can start. Hi.
Yeah.
Hi. Vishal.
Alright. Since I got for a while now. What do you do? I live in this building. Yeah, I know, that's why you are in. Great mark. Yeah, I know I am smart. Like, what do you do? What do you do? I work in an MNC as a recruiter. What do you do there? I'm just upskilling myself in this design. Nothing much. Previously, I was working with art school. What floor do you live in? Sorry, what floor are you living in? I'm living in 25th floor. That's strange. I live on 25th floor. But I've never seen you. Yeah. I think recruiters don't go to the office. I think you are working as a remote. Okay. Yeah, mostly working night shifts, so I'm mostly working from home. I think you don't need to work since you're upskilling. Yeah, I'm coming from money. Yeah. All right. I think the
Okay. Thank you. A huge round of applause for our guests for today. All right, now it's time to take a pair from the online audience. So we have Mayank, Santosh, and Simran, and we have Sunil as well today. Yeah, we have Sunil.
Is it the same Sunil, the table topic champion?
Yeah. Sunil, do you mind switching on your camera if it's okay?
No, Sunil is outside.
Okay.
So he will not be joining. He's on another-
Okay. Then Mayank, Santosh, and Simran, two of you wants to volunteer, and I'll give you a topic. Mayank, do you want to go?
Yeah, I can.
Okay. Santosh or Simran. Santosh, do you want to?
Yes.
Okay. So the topic for Santosh and Mayank is that you both found a genie who gives you only one wish. So both of you have to decide and debate what one thing you want to ask from the genie. And at the end of your speech, you need to give me one final answer. This is what we need from the genie. You can debate and discuss about any number of ideas prior to that. Okay. I'll give you maybe 20 seconds if you want to think about it, and then we can start.
I'm good, Santosh. Let me know once you're ready.
Yeah, man, we can start.
All right, Santosh, look, we have a genie. Tell me what we should wish for. There is only one wish allowed. Do you have anything on top of your head? We just have 1 minute to decide.
I think we should decide for Jenny the next job.
Oh man, we
good
need to think big. We need to think big. I think we should ask for Antila, which is owned by Ambani's.
Yeah, we can decide. But I think she is going to be new job, and that she is very much excited. Jenny is very much excited to be good assignment. That is very challenging. So we should wish that she would get good assignment. That is a very challenging and fantastic and available to her. So we should wish she could get best assignment. So that will be very bigger for her.
No, Santosh, you are not understanding. We have a genie. I don't want to do job now. I have been doing job for the last 14 years. I'm done. We have a genie. We need to do something creative. We need to ask something creative or something which will make our life easier going forward. I think we should ask for maybe a huge amount of money if you're not good with Antila.
No, Mac, I'm not agree because if you see in the last job, she was doing some routine kind of job and she was very much frustrated and she was looking some challenging work and now she is getting a new assignment where some AI, another kind of technology work is she's wishing. So I should say we should wish to be new assignment in the new technology. So that will be more bigger to her rather than money.
Ah. Let's think something else quickly. I think we have just 15 seconds. Let's think something else quickly. What else we can ask for so that we both agree? Do you have anything else in your mind?
So that is in my mind. What is your? You tell me if something else for you.
Maybe let's ask for a world tour. That is easy, Santosh.
Okay, no problem. Agree.
Okay, finally, world tour done?
Yes.
Okay, good. All right, Vishal, we both are going to world tour, but separately with our respective eyes.
Okay, great job, Mayank. And great job, Santosh. I love the way you guys debated about different topics, but when you realize that we are towards the end of the time, you came to a very simple and a very, unanimous decision of world tour. And you made sure that you want to go only with your wife as well. So thank you for that. Great job, Mayank and Santosh.
If I would be at their place, I would have asked to give me another 3 wishes.
Yeah, that's what I would have done. Ask for more.
Okay, great job. Great job again. Who wants to come next from the physical audience? Then I look looking at you, looking at other people. Why don't you come? Okay, come.
Putting me on the spot.
Volunteering, thank you, Prateek, for volunteering. So the topic for you is one of you is the boss of the company, the other person is the employee. Now the employee is late to the work today. You have to give an excuse which your boss buys. It can be any weird excuse that you stop to maybe help a rat cross the road or anything else. It's up to your imagination. But one is the boss, the other one employee has to explain the reason for coming late today. You can think
Can you just tell me the names? Sorry, I missed that.
Pritesh and Yatin.
Okay, thank you.
Come in the center so that all of us can see.
Sorry, sir. I'm a little late today. I got stuck with something.
What happened?
While driving on my way to office, I actually saw this dog. It was, hurt. So I had to stop. I mean, you know how much I love dogs. So I had to just stop there, ensure that, the dog is taken to the vet so that he's well looked after. So I'm really sorry about that, but, I have to do that.
Is your dog important or your meeting?
Both are important, but
Which is more important?
the dog.
Why don't you serve a notice period? Just say to the dog, 24/7.
Is that how it will be? Do I need to take this to the HR?
I am the HR, I am the
So
boss. HR is not. HR listens to me every time.
In that case, I don't think I want to work for this company anymore.
Why you came then? Wasted my time.
I'm very sorry. I apologize for.
I don't need your apology. Justify why you are late.
You will have my resignation letter before I do.
No, I need a resignation letter now.
There you go, sir.
Thanks. Take care of your dog.
I have a lot of applause for Pritesh and Yatin.
The last line was.
I mean, I'm thankful that I never had a boss like Pritesh and I never had a boss like Pritesh.
I wish the same.
Pritesh, good job, great job. Okay, since we have this scarcity of time, we'll take one more final volunteer and then we'll wrap the session. A very easy topic. If anyone wants to volunteer. Thank you for coming on stage, Yashya and Mrinal. The topic for you is very, very simple. One of you is, let's say, from 1950s and the other person is from 2025. The person from 1950 has suddenly time traveled to 2025 and he's seeing something which he has no idea about. So you have to explain that object in the most hilarious or informative way.
Can you repeat that again? If we travel.
So one of the person from 1950 time traveled to today's time and found a device, and the other person has to explain what that device or anything that is. Okay, can take some time and then we can start.
Very easy. Okay.
This was easy.
Oh my God. It's such a beautiful place. Wow. I love it. Hey, what is this? What is this?
The cell phone.
Yes. What is this?
Cell phone.
Cell phone. Which year this is?
This is 2025.
What are you doing?
Guys, I'm in a lot of trouble with this person. We need attention.
Okay. Are you call? What is this phone? I just want to look at this.
Oh, nice.
Thief.
Is it a?
No. You can order. You can order to eat.
Oh. In my 1950s, I never used to get anything. It
What's
was just like
1950?
no.
Where is
it was-
1950?
I thought I'm coming from 1950 because 1950 I don't see this
You drunk?
lights. I'm not drunk.
There's a pub called 1950. So
Arey son, I have time traveled. I have time traveled to this place. And so the reason. Arey, you don't understand. I have time traveled.
please help me. Help me.
Arey son, relax. I'm not your son. You are not my son because I am that old. No, 1950s guy. It's just that time travel thing happened and I've come to this world. And wow, why don't you show me this world? I'm fine. What?
I am some kind of new kind of alcohol or something.
This guy, you are out of sorts. Leave. 2025 people are no
Leave.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Very, very creative. A great job. It immediately took me back to that movie which I watched when I was a kid called Fantoosh. I'm not sure how many of you have watched that, but a great job done. So that concludes our table topics section for today. Thank you everyone for participating. I hope you enjoyed it, and back to our TMO.
What an amazing job by Toastmaster Vishal. Like I was actually stating at the start of this session that he brings up the most amazing, entertaining topics, and thank you so much for this sportsmanship which you all have actually showcased. Hilarious takes, entertaining takes. We had a lot of fun. Thank you so much for this. Quickly jumping into our last section of the meeting, which is the evaluation section, and I would like to call on the virtual dais Toastmaster Mayank, who will be presenting his evaluation and the evaluation reports of his tag team as well. The virtual dais is all in Toastmaster Mayank.
Thank you. Amazing meeting as always. Coming on to the last section of the meeting, which is evaluation. Evaluation has 3 subsections in it. The first section, I will call upon the respective speech evaluators who will provide a detailed evaluation about the speakers. In the second one, I'll call upon the tag team members. They will provide their specific reports. And lastly, I'll share the general evaluation report. So starting with the first section, the first speech for today was delivered by Toastmaster Vishakha, and her evaluator was Toastmaster Bharat. So, Toastmaster Bharat, if you could please come onto the stage and provide your evaluation and feedback for Toastmaster Vishakha. Over to you.
Big high five. Imagine Afzal's in your life. Did you get her message? What a great message. Powered with a call for action. What are you going when you meet the Afzals in your life? Wonderful speech. Wonderful story. Did we miss anything? Are you really a newbie? Fellow Toastmasters, when I entered this room and I was introduced to my speaker, Vishakha, I was told I'm going to have a tough time. And she really made my life tough. With such a wonderful, amazing flip-flop of her story, with a clear call for action. Well, we learned simple things on planting seeds and how we can just plant seeds without knowing what they will grow up with. A perfect example, and I felt top of the world with this amazing story today. Going further, what I would recommend to our guest speaker here, she is looking on her pathways, on her body language, on her vocal variety. And today's theme is what? Madness, miracles, fear and love, emotions all over. I am a mad person. Afzal is mad. Show me he's running in the room. Use the stage. Bring Afzal to our lives. In virtually, no need to speak about Afzal. Show us what Afzal is all about. And when you are afraid of Afzal, drop dead. My God. This is what will pull your speech to the next level. Fellow Toastmasters, we all improve. And today, I have learned a lot from you. Managing such a tough child, my tough child is sitting outside. And I can relate well. She's not the bully is the other one. But the end of the story doesn't end here. Your journey has started and you have taught us so many things today. For my takeaways, a very related topic to your story, and you used the topic throughout your speech. We could hear planting seeds again and again. Amazing story with the pitfalls and goes up, and then again, top of it, end message and call for action. Things to improve, show me your madness, and stage is yours.
Thank you. What an amazing feedback, Toastmaster Bharat. Just to add to perspective, the only recommendation which he also highlighted feedback as well, when you are on the stage, either unconsciously move or you consciously move. If you are unconsciously moving, it shows your nervousness. So try to control that when you are on the stage. Like the way he highlighted, move consciously on the stage. So that's the recommendation I have. Next, I move on to the next speaker feedback, which was Toastmaster Kramika, and her feedback will be given by none other than Toastmaster Ashish. To you.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator, and wish a very good afternoon to everybody and my target speaker, Kramika. Imagine you are on the stage speaking, and suddenly somebody opens the door. What will happen? At least I'll freeze. And Toastmaster Kramika showed us really that attitude is everything by still continuing. Shall we not give her a round of applause? Yes, in that moment, she stuttered a little, she stopped a little, but she continued. And that to me showed that attitude is everything. You told us today at the end of your speech that you are the master of your destiny. And these were not only the words, but you proved it on the stage as well. Through your examples, when you talked us about your driving skills, and that was very relatable for many of us actually. You talked us about your cooking skills, and specifically that was relatable to me. And then you talked us about your self-doubts, how you were struggling to get into a job, and finally you managed to. And last but not the least, you talked us about the public speaking, which is, I think, a pain point for all who are sitting here. These stories made your speech so very relatable to each one of us in one way or the other. And those little stories were very crisply shared, which I think made the impact of your speech significantly higher. That clearly was one of the elements of your speech. But throughout your speech, not only your words were speaking, but your hands were speaking as well, which I think accentuated and partially ticked the box with regard to the purpose with which you came on the stage. Kudos to you for that. Throughout your speech, your hand gesture were very good, were apt, and were relatable to the audience. With regard to taking this speech from here to the next level, I'll give you a couple of recommendations. While your hands were being used properly, the two elements of the body language and voice modulation, one being the body language of the movement, you were most of the time standing here. So typically what we do in the different times of speeches, like for example, 3 example, you could move a little bit. So that helps the audience to move along with your speech. 1. 2, your voice modulation, of course, you are in the beginning, you'll improve as you go along. Work harder on that element. Try and see that when you're talking about the enthusiasm, your voice goes up. When you're talking about the fear of driving, voice comes down. This will accentuate and take your speech to the next level. Overall, a very nice speech with a clear opening body and the closing with some very relatable personal examples delivered using very good hand gestures by doing better voice modulation, moving the stage, and also creating the impact better to the audience. You are on your way to become a better speaker.
Toastmaster Ashish for the comprehensive feedback. The biggest problem with human mind, our mind attracts distraction. When we are on the stage, we are putting in all our efforts to deliver a speech and we distract with something. That happened not just with you, Kraminka, it happened with all of us. And kudos to you, the way you managed your speech that time. And I think Ashish has provided a comprehensive feedback, so I'll not take much of your time now. I'll move on to the next speech feedback. It was delivered and the feedback will be shared by Toastmaster Yatin. Toastmaster Yatin, could you please come onto the stage? Yes, I can see you now.
Congratulations, Mrinal, on an amazing speech delivered. The answered high. It was a really beautiful topic that you chose. It had the underlinings of mental health problems, which is still a taboo in today's world, right? People still are not comfortable to talk about it. And you spoke about the importance of actually being there for one another when people go through such emotional turmoils, which I think was a really beautiful topic to choose. It really touched my heart. Coming to your start, I think you started off really in a very engaging manner. You started off with a very funny introduction to your friend Ravi. You really left me wanting more, right? So the introduction you gave about him really made me want to meet him in person and listen to his jokes and, first-hand experiences, idiosyncrasies, so to say, which was definitely, it kept me hooked on, and I was just waiting for what was to happen next. Over the course of your speech, you beautifully explained how Ravi was as a person, and you went into then a very detailed, deep emotional story, personal story relating to him. I think what went well, your energy, I think trademark, your energy has always been your trademark in your speeches, and it clearly came out in this speech as well. You used your hand gestures very effectively. You were able to convey the message very well through your hand gestures, which was something which you should keep up. In addition to your energy, though, there was something which stood out for me in this speech, which was your voice modulation. So I think in previous speeches, while there has been a lot of energy, I did feel that voice modulation is something which was lacking. But in this speech, kudos. I think you really, in places where there was emotion to be displayed, you really slowed down your tone, your energy, and you displayed a lot of emotion, which was amazing. So kudos on that. I think you maintained great eye contact throughout the speech with everyone in the audience, and everyone was really engaged with what was happening. The ending, which was life is mercilessly fleeting or ephemeral with no rewind button. This is something I really, left me with a clear call to action in terms of what we can do. When we encounter people who are going through issues, what can we do to really support them and be them in their time of need? So I'm sure you left the entire audience with a clear call to action. Now coming to some improvement areas, not really improvement areas because there was hardly anything to improve upon, but I'd rather maybe call them some points to consider going forward. One thing I noticed was that there was a little bit of shifting around too much, maybe while you were giving your speech. It might help to try and be centered as much as possible. And when you do need to sort of use the stage effectively, maybe do it while you're transitioning from one part of the speech to another, or when you're maybe trying to make a new point. But I felt you were shifting about a bit too much, which wasn't required. Second thing was, I think your rate of speech was a bit too fast. At times, I felt that there was a lot of information which was given, and before I could really process it, the next bit of information had landed. So I felt if you maybe slow down your rate of speech a little bit, it'll help the audience to digest what you're giving and basically process whatever you're giving in a better way. But all in all, I think the message landed really well. Kudos to you, a job well done, and I really look forward to hearing you in future speeches.
Thank you, Toastmaster Yatin. Great feedback. Toastmaster Minal, I heard you first time speaking. No feedback, no recommendation from my side. The only thing I want to say is, when I was listening to you, you gave me goosebumps number of times. And I think that's the feedback you can get best feedback you can get from the audience. Amazing speech. Keep it up. Thank you. Next is the speech was delivered by Toastmaster Kashyap. It was an icebreaker speech, and the feedback will be given by, sorry, who was the speech evaluator? I can see Toastmaster Arjun in the name in the WhatsApp.
Yes.
It's Toastmaster Arjun. Okay, so feedback will be given by Toastmaster Arjun.
Good afternoon, everyone. What are the characteristics of a good recipe? First of all, it should be cooked well. The proper ingredients should be used. Salt should be in the proper proportion. And different spices are also put properly. And finally, it should also be served well. Should be decorated with different things served well. So when I'm evaluating Kashyap's speech, I see it a perfect recipe with the following ingredients. Firstly, he came here and greeted the crowd and asked with a question. That was a perfect start which hooked the audience, the perfect question. Some of the other things of the recipe were hand gestures. When he talked about riding the bike and there was a bang, I felt as if I got that bang, that feeling I got. Also, when he expressed his love, he bent down and expressed. That was a good way of delivery. Also, towards the end, when he talked about, it broke the ice and probably I would not slip into it. So a perfect inaction of that, whatever he wanted to deliver. The second ingredient was the feeling with which he delivered his speech. When he said that my heart was broken, I felt that as if really his heart was broken. That feelings, he picturized the event in his speech. So that was the second ingredient. The third ingredient was his intonation. He used a voice modulation. When he talked about his mother telling him lose weight, quit drinking. So that kind of brought the audience back to their speech again. It was already hooked to the speech again, the use of intonation, voice modulation. And finally, his use of humor. When he expressed his love, when he said that towards the end, the ice was broken. So he also complemented his speech with perfect humor, which is a very important ingredient for a perfect speech. Some of the things which would be like icing on the cake, if he could implement that, and that would be recommendation from my side. One is, he was initially looking down when he greeted the audience, started with a question, but his eyes were down. And also during the course of this speech, he was actually not talking to the audience. His eye contact was not that perfect. But that is some improvement point which he could work on. And also he was also clapping a little bit, which was not required. Finally, it was a perfect speech. And the best of the ingredients he used, the perfect use of grammar. And most important, the pauses. He used his pauses so well. So these ingredients, if added to the recipe, that will be like putting butter on a perfect recipe. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Arjun. I fully agree with the feedback that you provided. Toastmaster Kashyap, it was your icebreaker speech. The only thing that I want to highlight as a general evaluator, including humor in the icebreaker speech, is something very, very difficult, which you did very nicely. So kudos to you for that. Now I'll move on to the feedback of my tag team members, and the first one will be the timer report. For that, I will call upon to the stage Toastmaster Shivam.
Here I am back with the timing report. But before that, let's just look at the few things that this is just the timing allocated as per the Toastmasters. And also, it's a good practice to just adhere to it, but it's not a mandatory thing. So moving on with my report. So in the prepared speech section, we have 4 speakers, starting with Toastmaster Vishaka. She took 6 minutes 24 seconds. Then comes Toastmaster Kaminika, right? You took 5 minutes 15 seconds. Moving on, Toastmaster Mrinal, he took 6 minutes 57 seconds. Then Toastmaster Kashyap, he took 7 minutes 27 seconds, quite above the allocated space, but we can work on that as well. Talking about the table topic session, we had the duos. The first duos were Toastmaster Ayushi and Toastmaster Bhavna. Both of them took 1 minute 6 seconds. Then comes guest Rikshit and Atish, right? Yeah. So they took 1 minute 30 seconds. Then comes Toastmaster Santosh and Mayank. They took 1 minute 23 seconds. Moving on, we have Toastmaster Pritish and Yatin. They took 1 minute 19 seconds. And then Toastmaster Kashyap and Mrinal, they took 1 minute 37 seconds. Now, last but not the least is the evaluation. So we have Toastmaster Bharat. He took 3 minutes 15 seconds. Then Toastmaster Ashish, he took 3 minutes 16 seconds. Moving on, we have Toastmaster Yatin. He took 3 minutes 42 seconds, which is quite above the mark. He can work on that. Then, last but not the least is Toastmaster Arjun. He took 3 minutes 10 seconds. That's all from my side. Let's move forward. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, timer Toastmaster Shivam. Good job. Now I move on to our grammarian, Toastmaster Pritish. If you could come onto the stage and share your grammarian report.
Okay, so thank you, Toastmaster Mayank. So the Toastmasters who used word of the day was Toastmaster Yatin, a formal, and the idiom was used by Toastmaster Vishaka, Toastmaster Kramika, Toastmaster Bhavesh, Toastmaster Mayank, and Toastmaster Bharat. There were some improper grammatical uses. I won't take anyone's name. He threw at my face. He threw on my face. Like thin air, like a thin, it should be like a thin air. The afzals of your life should be afzals of your life. One line stood out to me. One line stood out. Doubting on them. It should be doubting them. Riding scooty. It should be riding a scooty or riding the scooty. Last but not least. Last but not the least. Joining this Toastmaster. This is first one. Now there were a list of quotes, thoughts, words or sayings which I have mentioned here. One was classroom brawl used by Vishaka, harboring used by Vishaka, Kramika, the topic itself, attitude is everything. Renal used various words, vocabularies, cryptic, intricate, whirlwind, time froze, scoutched, facade, accommodates, fleeting, implore. Bhavesh used his favorite word, quirky. Toastmaster Ashish used accentuated, pardon me for the pronunciation. One phrase was kept me hooked on. Energy has always been your trademark. Toastmaster Yatin. Icing on the cake. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pritish. Now I hand it over the stage to Toastmaster Simran for our counter report.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mayank. Today's report highlighted our improvement with fewer instances of filler words. Toastmaster Vishaka, Toastmaster Mrinal, and Toastmaster Kashyap delivered an outstanding speech using no filler words at all. Toastmaster Kraminka used once and like twice. Moving on to table topic section. Toastmaster Vishal said twice. Toastmaster Ayushi and Toastmaster Bhavna did not use any filler words. Toastmaster Yatin, 2 knows. Toastmaster Pritish and Toastmaster Mayank, again no filler words. Toastmaster Santosh, 2 to 3 hours. And last but not the least, Toastmaster Mrinal and Toastmaster Kashyap, no filler words used. Thank you, and back to you, Toastmaster Mayank.
Thank you, Toastmaster Simran. Coming on to the last section, which is the general evaluator report. That is my report. I know we are running a little bit over time today. I'll just take 2 to 3 minutes, not more than that. As always, it has been an amazing session. I'm joining this meeting. I've been very regular with Toastmaster sessions over the last 10 months, but for the last 2 months, I did not join any meeting. And when I saw that Toastmaster Bhavesh is going to drive today's meeting, I was so happy. And although I had decided that I'm going to join today's meeting, but having Toastmaster Bhavesh as TMOD was cherry on a cake. But I'll come to the feedback a little later. Starting with the general feedback of the meeting, we started well on time with a very warm address from our Sergeant at Arms and the presiding officer. I think, Yatin, if I'm not mistaken, you are playing the role of Sergeant at Arms for the first time. At least I heard you for the first time, and you did really well. You explained it very nicely. Then the only recommendation, generally, when we are having guest introduction, if the guest is sitting in the room, please ask the guest to come onto the stage so the virtual audience can see who the guest is, right? Like the one person who introduced, I could hear her, but I could not see her. The second feedback, when we are asking guest introduction from the virtual audience, we should at least request them if they can come onto the video. Like in today's case, the person did not come onto the video and he gave his introduction without video itself. The another recommendation, which is already highlighted or flagged by Toastmaster Vishal, without naming anyone, there were certain crosstalks that happened, and unfortunately during the speech. So we should try to avoid that to the extent possible. Then speaker evaluation is already done. Coming on to the table topic section, I think Toastmaster Bhavesh used all the good words possible for Toastmaster Vishal, and I fully agree with that. This guy is like so creative when it comes to table topic sessions, and I think he's best suited for this role. The way he engaged the audience when it comes to the table topic discussion, the way he explains his role, the way he pushes or inspire guests to come on to the stage for the table topic discussion, amazing, amazing. Kudos to you, Vishal, keep it up. Then our table topic speakers. Today we had an intriguing session and so funny session of table topic. Without going into any specific feedback, I think all of us, including me, we did a good job in table topic discussion and we laughed a lot during those 20-30 minutes. So amazing table topic discussion. Lastly, coming on to the TMOD feedback, as I said that, Bhavesh, it's always a pleasure to hear you as a Toastmaster of the day. When you started, even though you were late today, and I don't want to punish you for that, even though you were late today, you started with a song. And at that time, you hooked the audience with you. Everybody was looking you, watching you, listening you. And trust me, man, when you speak, you don't need a song. When you speak, the way you articulate, the way your voice modulation is, the way you use the voice pitch, people typically listen to you. I don't think people get distracted. They keep on listening to you. The only feedback for today's meeting I have, Toastmaster Bhavesh, is I slightly felt that we were a little off structure today in the entire content, although the content was super amazing today. But I heard you as TMOD in last 2 or 3 times as well. This time, the only thing was, as a virtual audience, the why was not clear to me. Why you picked up these 4 things which you wanted to discuss, that why was not, at least not clear to me, that why you are picking up specific these words, but you justified really well on your content. You explained those very well. You engaged the audience. You asked the questions. You took their feedback. And one specific thing, before I end my feedback, one specific thing which I really liked and I want to share is, being a 90s kid, and I think most of us are here 90s kid, the definition of love that we have in our mind is driven by the Bollywood movies. And that's the most incorrect definition of love we have ever grown up with. The way you drove that activity in which we were supposed to say I love you to each other, man, you changed the meaning. You actually defined the way it should be. This is the part, the activity part, I really liked as a general evaluator. But overall, it was an amazing meeting. I really want to thank each and everyone for your participation and contribution. With this, I complete my feedback and I hand it back to the presiding officer for concluding remarks.
Thank you, everyone. Such a lovely session we had today. And before proceeding further, I just want to say you all that voting links are in the group and the guest group. And I would like Mayank, if you can post this meeting link in the Zoom chat as well, because we have few more guests today, so that everybody can vote. And what a session we had today. I know Toastmaster Bhavesh as a wonderful TMOD. Our table topic master, everybody knows when he comes on the stage, miracle happens. And again, the general evaluator. This trio makes a perfect meeting. And I did waiting for this meeting from last week, like what's going to happen. And you all kept our expectation. As far as today's theme is concerned, madness and miracle, I want to highlight one incident today, that one of our speaker had met with an accident and still he is deliver his icebreaker today. So I didn't know what should I call it. It's come in a madness or in miracle. Madness that he is still coming to the meeting and giving his icebreaker, or miracle that he's luckily safe and nothing much bad was happened to him.
Or maybe love. He
Or
loved-
maybe love.
Love us so much.
Definitely. Love for the Toastmaster, love the spirit to give this speech, and love the Quentin family, like he's coming and like want to take the feedback from the guests as well now. So Toastmaster Santosh, would you come and please provide the feedback? How did you like the meeting today?
I am joining this meeting second time as a joint meeting, and session is very fantastic, and the topic of the table topic was very nice, and there is a 4 prepared speech is covered here. So overall program is very fantastic and creative, and I really like here the kind of feedback we are collecting the last as a voting and publishing, that is not happening in my last sessions, which is happening, which I am able to see here some creative things, and we are not able to be passing our decision too directly, but via voting correctly. That is a very creative thing.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Santosh, for joining us today as well. Love to have you here in this meeting. I would now like to ask from the guest, Atish, what's your feedbacks and how would you like the meeting today? If you can come or can stand over there and say it.
Yeah. Hi everyone. So this is probably the first time I'm attending any of these sessions, and I was not aware of the format and how it goes. So it was a very intriguing session. I got to know a lot about everyone who was given all the speeches and everything. So overall, looking forward to more.
Thank you. Yes, Rishit, will you give your feedback?
Overall, the session was good. I've learned a lot from everyone here who just came on the stage and let us know about the particular topics. So yeah, it was a good session for me. Very short and sweet.
Thank you. I would like distinguished Toastmaster Bharat, would you come and please give us a suggestion and feedback?
Okay. I have many things which are mostly good and very high quality. Love that. In fact, I would love to join this club. And I'm maybe moving to Gurgaon. That is some news for you. Few things with my Toastmaster flag here. You see, I'm all Toastmasters everywhere. My pen, everything is Toastmasters. Show me your Toastmasters. Show me your love for Toastmasters. Where is the flag? That is one thing. But I have a big list. I have feedback for everyone. Share with you on WhatsApp. We have another meeting coming up, so we'll keep it short.
Thank you so much. I would be glad to hear your feedback as well. Do share us in the WhatsApp, no worries. And now coming back to the result, have everybody voted so far for their favorite role players? Give a thumbs up if you have done.
Would you have a group picture or something?
Yeah.
Ankita would like to be a part of it. I'll just, I'll go there and switch with that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sorry, sir. For those of who have not scanned, you can scan, this is me, and pass it on.
So the first best prepared speech speaker, this is between Toastmaster Vishakha, Toastmaster Praminka, Toastmaster Mrinal, and Toastmaster Kashyap. Any guesses? Yeah, so it's Toastmaster Mrinal.
Thank you for voting me. Thank you.
Yeah.
जय भिजवा देना
कितने का?
Why 70 lakhs?
78.
Okay, we have second one that is for the prepared speeches evaluator. This is between Bharat, Ashish, Yatin and Arjun. And it goes to. Please come.
You are the favorite candidates.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you so much, Neil.
Mine.
Thank you.
The next is the table topic speaker. This is between Bhavna, Ayushi, Rishit, Atish, and Santosh and Mayank, Yatin, Pratish, and Mrinal and Kashyap. Any guesses?
Yatin and Pratish.
Okay. But this goes to again Mrinal and Kashyap. They just want to get a sick and something.
1950. I'm in the same 2025, right? Fine.
Now the best auxiliary role player for the today's. This is between Shivam, our counter Simran and Ramiran Pritesh. Any guesses? And this goes to timer Shivam.
Thank you for the votes.
You also send the check to me.
Now the last one is the best role player for the today. That this is between the TMOD Toastmaster Bhavesh, Table Topic Master Vishal, and the General Evaluator Toastmaster Mayan.
Bhavesh.
It's Toastmaster Bhavesh. I would say after one.
Bhavesh deserve it more than anyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Oh.
Come in the center. Yeah. Smile.
Thank you, everyone. So that's all for the today's awards and best role players. We have few announcements. So there is a meeting after this meeting for the Zen, that is Global Entrepreneurship Network. Those who want to attend it can attend and have it in this room only. And another one is the Hoponopo session, which is going to be conducted in the evening, 7 p.m. today by the mentor Mona. And those who want to attend it can register it, and details are there in the gas group and the elephant group as well. And see you all in evening then. Yeah, and we have a group photo as well. So Simran, can you please help taking a snap of the Zoom feed?
So who all is staying for the meeting now? Because I need 5 chairs, so that 5 people can just be there. Sorry guys, I was on the other hybrid app. So this is madness. I could make 2 meetings possible together. This is madness too. My daughter would not agree with me more. She wanted to be a part of this meeting and I pushed her out. But this is madness. But you are here for me. For you it is stupidity, for us madness to bring people.
People can close to their camera and Vishal and Bhavik, can you please quickly?
Sharat, she is in town for another 2 weeks and she missed the meeting. You can invite her.
Yeah, definitely. You can pass it according to the and you can come to the next meeting.
I think this camera will not come.
Yeah. I thought that's
Zoom Master, can you take out Bharat Nagia from there or Sunil Sharma from there? The people without the.
Should we make them exit the room?
Yes, yes.
I guess let's just sit over there.
I think it's okay, we are here.
Yes, we cannot be.
You guys stand over that.
Yeah, no, that's it.
This set of people are not coming.
Okay.
Or maybe you can turn on the camera on that laptop and rest of the people can see.
So third laptop is on a different.
Santosh is here. Just remove Bharat.
And Sunil.
And Sunil.
Sunil is also outside.
Can some of you come here, like, or some of you come here?
Photo जाता था again वो photo
Yeah, they cannot come.
There's no point passing here. Like some of you can
Yeah.
come here.
Yeah,
Okay.
you guys come here.
Those guys can sit here.
yes come here guys come here we can bend down see the knees are going to hurt but it's okay the left guy you are not coming or the sorry Pratish you are not coming yeah Pratish
Put there two people.
okay we can move it a little behind right the more of us will come
We are all there. See, who's not there?
Yeah.
You are not there.
works
I'm not there. How can I not be?
yeah Bharat sir you are not there come forward
Where am I?
come forward
Young ladies.
yes the daughter and the dad should come together
No, I'm not there. Okay, I'm there.
yes you are coming now
One, that's fine.
super
Thank you.
that's good
Thank you everyone for having me today and bearing with all the inconvenience we caused. We are running a second hybrid at the same time. And guys, my card is here. Anyone wants to scan? It has both my club and the conference manager for Hong Kong conference.
You have to explain me what is active consultant means.
Sit down and you will listen.
Really?
Yes.
Actually, I think you were
I have a close in if you want. हो जाएगा फोटो खींच लो ना यार ये लो
You want to put your laptop right?
तो आप कुछ नहीं करो मैं इसको